Okay, guys, welcome back to another episode of Let's Talk About the Avengers Infinity War. It looks like we're coming close to the end of the movie, talking about the highlights. So let's just get to it. Where we left off, I believe it was when, after Doctor Strange gives the Time Stone to to Thanos in order to stop him from killing Tony Stark, and then we go back to the fight in Wakanda. It looks like they're doing good. Thor is just destroying their spaceships because it looks like they were already retreating, but he's just like, I'm not done with you yet. And now here comes the part where another. Oh no, actually, this is the part where Thanos comes in. And before I go on, I forgot to mention, I think it was so cool that the moment Thanos comes back to his home Titan in order to meet up with Ebony Maw, um, it was the first time ever that Tony Stark confronts him. And now in this one, when Vision's head, his stone, starts to hurt, this is the moment where he's like, he's here. And this is like the first time Captain America is about to confront Thanos for the first time. And I don't know, as they were waiting for him to show himself, Thanos, they were just like, what the hell is going on? They knew like something weird was going on. They felt like an evil presence was coming or something. And there he is.
That's it. Eyes up. Stay sharp.
Oh my god, and then when they tried charging at him, he just like pushed them one by one out of the way. Anything that they did was just so useless. I think the others back on Titan, I think they did better than how these guys did, because anything that they did to try to stop Thanos from approaching Vision, it wasn't working. He just like started pushing them out one by one out of the way. Nothing was just working out. So he's already indestructible. It's not enough that he's a Titan, a very powerful Titan, but along with the Infinity Stones that he has in his gauntlet, he's just unstoppable. We've come to the part where Wanda has to make a very difficult choice, and there's no other way to do it. There's nothing else they could do. Nothing was working. Just when they thought like they were winning the war, Thanos comes in, and he just needs the last stone. And so yeah, let's just go ahead.
Look at me. You have the power to destroy the star. You must do it. One, please. We are out of time.
I can't.
If he gets the stone, half the universe dies. It's not fair. It shouldn't be you, but it is. It's all right. You could never hurt me.
Okay. It still kind of gets to me. I am sorry, but it gets me sad. Because the moment he says, it's okay, it shouldn't be you and everything, but the moment he says, like, you can never hurt me, just to, like, make her feel better, it's definitely going to hurt him. But I guess, in a way, he's trying to tell her, like, I love you so much that you can never hurt me, because I know what you're about to do is what's best for the universe. And it's okay, you gotta do it. It sucks that it has to be you, but the only person powerful enough to destroy this stone is you, and she is pretty powerful. And so, I mean, you kind of do see it when she was able to control Vision in Captain America Civil War, when Hawkeye comes to recruit Scarlet Witch to join Captain America on their quest or whatever. Vision tries to stop them, and then Scarlet Witch had no choice but to use her power to control Vision to stop, and then she just like buries him like way down there into the Earth's core. I don't know where he went, but he went straight down to the Earth's core. It had to be her in order to destroy that stone. So, and well, we'll get to that in a bit, because I was about to mention something that Thanos tells Scarlet Witch, but we'll get to that in a bit. But I just felt like, yeah, this part is so sad because I've said it before in the other video talking about Vision and Wanda's relationship. In this part, I think it was also one of the most saddest moments in the movie because it was the part where she had to kill someone she loved, and Scarlet Witch was about to lose another member that she loved so much in her life. And it's like I said, it wasn't enough that she lost her brother in the Avengers: The Age of Ultron. Now she has to kill the one she loves in this one, and it does relate to like what Star Lord had to do to Gamora. Gamora told Peter Quill, like, if anything happens, you have to kill me. I want you to kill me. And now Vision's telling Wanda, I'm sorry that it has to be you, but you have to be the one to do it. And it's kind of like they are telling them, I trust you more, and I'd rather it be you killing me because I don't know. I can't, words can't explain it, but and I guess I kind of understand why. Like, I'm so sorry it has to be you, but I trust you with this horrible burden. And now Vision, of course, he has no one else to ask to kill to destroy the stone, but in a way, I think he's okay with Wanda, it being Wanda because it's someone that he loves, and that's what he tells her. You can never hurt me, because not only to make her feel better, but because I know what you have to do is so difficult. So yeah, I think it's one of the most saddest moments in the movie. And like Vision said, we're out of time. We gotta do this quick. You have to destroy me. How would you feel? I would feel, and like Wanda, she didn't want to do it. She's like, I can't. You can't ask me to do that. I can't do this because I love you. How could I kill you? I want you to be with me. I want there to be another way to save you so we can be together. I don't want to be alone. But this happens, so yeah. Yeah. By the way, what also makes this scene so sad was the soundtrack that was playing in the background. That epic sad music. There goes War Machine trying to stop Thanos, but then Thanos like, oh my god, I thought he was killing him when he like crushed his armor and he was suffocating him. Winter Soldier comes in with his gun. That wasn't gonna do much. Michonne throws her spear at Thanos. Black Widow goes down. Groot tries to tie him up. Nothing is just stopping him. Thanos just keeps coming. It's like, damn. And I love this part when Captain America comes in and starts throwing all these punches like at Thanos. And in that moment when Thanos tries to like crush Captain America, and he realizes like, what the hell is he, like, how is he that strong? He was able to like hold Thanos as much as he could, but then Thanos just like, forget this, he's not breaking through, I have to punch him. He throws a cheap shot at him, and then there goes Scarlet Witch trying to stop her. She's trying to destroy the stone with one hand and try to stop Thanos with the other hand with her power. And Thanos just keeps pushing because he has a mission. And I think in that part, yeah, his last words, Vision's last words were, I love you. And he just smiles at her like, it's okay. Oh my god, and that explosion, man, I was like, oh damn. And then I thought in that part, oh thank god. She was able to do it, but pobrecita. Alright, so here comes this part that I wanted to talk about. What Thanos tells her.
I understand, my child. Better than anyone.
You could never.
Today I lost more than you can know. But now is no time to mourn.
Okay, so before we go on to that part, oh god. That part when he tells Gamora, I'm sorry, Wanda, I know what you've been through, and she's like, you can never. Of course he understands. He also had to make a very difficult decision to sacrifice Gamora in order to retrieve the Soul Stone. And back to when he said, the hardest choices, what Thanos said, the hardest choices require the strongest wills. And Wanda relates to that. She just did the most difficult thing. She destroyed Vision, the love of her life. And she had to also make a hard choice, but it required a very strong will from her, and she had a strong will. The same thing with Thanos. He had to make a difficult choice. He also had the strong will to do what he had to do. But so crazy. Now we're about to come across the most, not shocking, but I guess most upsetting part, where you think Wanda destroyed the stone, and I completely forgot, like, Thanos has the time stone, so he was able to go back in time where Vision was still alive. And I was like, are you kidding me? I was shocked, and I was like, no way. And when he brought Vision back to life, I was like, oh great, he just brought him back to just kill him off. Another horrible way to die. To, like, being killed by someone you love, and then being brought back to life, and being killed by Thanos. I was like, oh, that was horrible. I was like, oh my god. I was so upset. I was like, damn it. And that part, I was like, oh shit. Here comes Thor. And oh my god. Okay, let's stop that. When Thanos throws all the power of the Infinity Stones combined together at Thor, and then Thor throws his axe at him, and the axe was more powerful than all the stones together, so it was just still going through towards Thanos, and it just hits him in the chest. I was like, yes, yes. I was like, yes, stop him for the love of God before he kills everybody. That was another epic part. And I love when he said, I told you. You die for that. I was like, oh my god, yes. Make him suffer, man. Finally someone was able to get through his shield and just cause him pain, hurt him. But damn it, this part. I thought he was dying.
You should have gone for the head.
And that moment I was all like, and when he snapped his finger, I was like, I stopped breathing. I was like, what happened? And I wonder where he went. A lot of theories are, and my theory was the same thing. Did he go inside the Soul Stone for somehow or some way and sees Gamora, but as a young child in there? I don't know. This part was weird.
Did you do it?
I mean, she asked him, did you do it? And then what did it cost? And what does he say?
What did it cost?
Everything. I bet it did, Thanos. I hope it was worth it.
What did you do?
And then when he just escapes, I was like, oh, come on. Alright, so let's talk about that part. If you notice, if you pause it in that part, his gauntlet was, destroyed. So I was just like, can he still use it in Endgame? But I haven't watched that much of the previews or TV spots of Endgame, because I only saw, the first 2 trailers, and that's it. I tend not to watch any more. If they're showing it on TV, the TV spots of Endgame, I skip it. I change the channel, because I don't want to know anything. I'd rather just, come to the movie theater when I'm about to watch the movie, have a fresh mind, forget about everything that I saw about from the trailers, and just focus on what it throws at me. Throw all the surprises, throw all the scenes I haven't seen or I've forgotten at me, so I could enjoy the whole film. I like to do that. Before, I used to be the type that oh, I have to watch TV spots, I want to see every moment. Nah, I'm a patient guy now. I mean, I try to be, but for this one, something that I would really like to enjoy, especially the surprises, because they had a lot of surprise in this one and in other films I watch, I tend to just be spoiler free. I'd rather not spoil myself. I'd rather just stay away from any spoilers. I don't want to know anything. So anyways, his gauntlet looked destroyed. So I was like, okay, so then does he have another backup? Will he still be able to use the gauntlet with the stones in the next film? I guess we won't know until the next movie, because he was also hurt pretty bad. It looks like when he snapped his fingers, it caused a lot of damage to his arm. So I'm just like, damn. I saw a little peek where Thanos is wearing his armor again, and it looks like he still has the stone. So I don't know if he had a backup. It's the same stone. The same gauntlet that he used in this one after he snapped his fingers. Who knows? We have to wait and see for Endgame. Okay, guys. we're now in the part where we start losing some of our favorite Marvel characters. After the snap, that's when things start going downhill. So let's go ahead and watch.
4. Where'd you go? Steve?
In that part where Winter Soldier calls out to Steve, and you just see him start turning brown, and then all of a sudden he just like falls and turns to like ash or dust. I'm just like, what the hell happened to him? I was like, did he go back in time or something? Like, what the hell happened to him? It's actually happening. I was like, oh my god, I remember that part. Well, we'll get to that. There was a part in the movie when you start seeing more people turn to ash or dust. I started like, oh my god, it's happening. They're all disappearing. Half of the universe is disappearing. And it sucks because when you find out what was happening, I realized like, oh my god, Steve Rogers just lost his friend again. He lost his friend, the Winter Soldier, after the events of the Winter Soldier, Captain America, the Winter Soldier. He was able to get his friend back. And then, well, actually, no, he was able to get his friend back in Civil War, and now he lost him. So I'm just like, oh my god. And yeah, like, Steven just looks at the ground like, what the hell? This part, when you start seeing people, some of the members of Wakanda disappearing, I was just like, oh my god, no, it's actually... I remember my reaction, I was like, oh my god, it's happening. I was shocked, because I was like, what's... No? And I love how it's just so silent, and you just hear like the sounds of people turning to dust. I love how it's just so silent and scary at the same time. Oh, so good, this whole part.
Up, Tira. Up. This is no place to die.
And then that part where when Black Panther disappears, I was just like, what? I remember, because I was just like, oh, he's gone too! Like, we just saw his movie and now he's gone? Like, what's going on? I didn't like it. Oh my god, and the other part where, oh my god, where Groot disappears. And Rocket's like,
No. Groot.
oh my god, I was like tearing up a little bit in that movie because I was like, oh god, Groot's gone. And Rocket lost him again. Not only Steve Rogers lost his friend, but now Rocket in Guardians of the Galaxy, he lost Groot one time when Groot sacrificed himself to protect his friends. When he barricaded his friends and himself all together in his wall of branches, and he dies. But then he's reborn again as a little twig, which is cute. He's still alive. He comes back. And, Rocket was very devastated when he thought Groot died, when he sacrificed himself to save him and his friends. And now, seeing Groot disappear again in front of Rocket's eyes, it's like, oh my god, Rocket, no, I'm so sorry. I felt so bad for him because he lost him again. And, like, I know, I also felt the same way. I felt like Groot was his son, because he's been with Groot for a very, very long time. God knows how long, but they've been together for so long. Oh, so devastating. I was like, he's gonna cry again. Rocket's gonna cry again. And then, oh my god, I was shocked when my favorite, y'all know who one of my favorite Marvel characters are, and it's one of them is Scarlet Witch. And when you see her disappear, I was all like, you can't do this to me! I was like, no! One of the most powerful Avengers, and she's gone. It's not enough that she lost her brother. She had to kill her love of her life. And she dies. Oh my god. Oh, and then another Friends of Steve Rogers disappears. Falcon. is gone.
Sam!
Sam, yeah. And then Black Panther's friend, what's her name? The actress who plays Michonne in The Walking Dead. She's just freaking out, like, what's going on?
Sam, where you at?
And then hearing the thunder sounds like. And then back in Titan. Oh no. One of my other favorite Marvel characters. I didn't want Mantis to go. I was sad. I was like, no, not Mantis. She's so sweet. And then Drax disappearing. I was just like, no. I couldn't believe it. And then I couldn't believe Peter Quill disappears. I was like, what?
Steady, Quill.
I was shocked. I was like, whoa.
Tony. There was no other way.
And then and then I was shocked too when Doctor Strange disappeared. I was like, another powerful Avenger.
Start.
Ah, and then this one. This was like what got to me. I started to like really tear up.
I don't feel so good.
When Peter Parker was about to get disappeared. I don't want him to go. I was like, no, why him?
I don't want to go. I don't want to go. Sir, please. Please, I don't want to go. I don't want to go.
See, I'm already getting emotional. Okay, let's take a moment to talk about this part. I felt so sad, and like I said, I literally was starting to tear up in that part, because I'm sure a lot of us were, because a lot of people were saying, I was getting more sad when Peter Parker was going to disappear, because he is such a lovable character. I think the actor Tom Holland did a wonderful job as a lovable Spider-Man. We even all love the actor himself. And then seeing him go the way he did it, I heard that he improvised that part when they were recording that scene, and I think he really did a good job. What made it more sad was because in the movie Spider-Man: Homecoming, Stark had to save him in that scene where Peter Parker was trying to save everyone from that ship, and then Tony Stark jumped in to save him, to help him out, and they had that conversation. I don't remember that much of the conversation. But literally, like, he tells him, like, what if something were to happen to you? You know, how would Aunt May feel? You know, how would that make me feel? You know, like, trying to protect him, right? Be a father figure for him. I felt like Tony Stark tried so hard to protect him from everything. He tried to protect Tom Holland from a lot of things, because Tony Stark knows how it is out there. Like, you're going to get enemies, and it's dangerous out there. If you want to becoming a superhero, you gotta prepare yourself for what's to come. You could die, and I think Tony Stark just didn't want him to have that kind of life. But Spider-Man will be Spider-Man, and Tom Holland wanted to be a hero. He wanted to help people. He wanted to save people. So he was gonna do what he wanted to do because it's what he loved. That's what he loved doing. And Tony Stark just seeing, oh my God, I can't imagine. I can't imagine how Tony Stark felt when he saw everybody was disappearing, and then he sees Peter disappearing. He was just like, please God, no. I'm sure he was just like, please don't do this. No, don't go. Please, I don't want him to go. He protected him so much. And he's gone. I was like, please don't take away Nebula. and they didn't.
You did it.
And then the way they all looked, Nebula felt like, damn it, like we failed to stop Thanos. I can't believe he did it. Yeah, even I was thinking like, he won. This is like the first movie where the Avengers lost. And I will say, I did like this. That's why I love this movie so much, because it shows you, you know, sometimes not all superheroes can win all the time. They can't always win. There will be times when the bad guy will win, and there will be casualties and losses, you know. And this was like the first movie where the bad guy actually wins, and I did like that. I did like it. As much as I didn't like it, I also appreciate it at the same time, because in reality, good can't always win. We will lose at times. And in this movie, he actually did it.
What is this? What the hell is happening?
It was just so silent this whole part. I like that though.
Oh God.
That's when they realize like we lost. We failed to save half the people in the universe. And then what is that place? Is that Titan where Thanos goes to, where he said he was gonna go after he succeeds on like accomplishing his goal? He goes to that place to just watch the sunrise. Yeah, he just sits down. You see, his arm is badly hurt. He's pretty, and his neck too. It's damaged. And when he just sits there and then he just does that little smile, like I did it. I could rest. I could retire. And it just ends. Oh my god. So let's talk about it. So that ending, guys, I'm sure a lot of us felt so bad. We felt sad. We felt a lot of emotions, but they were mostly negative ones. Shocked, depression, like just angry. A lot of things were just going through our minds. Like, did we really just see what we just saw? Did we lose? And of course, you know, because I remember they said a long time ago there were going to be like 2 parts of the Infinity War. I thought they were going to have Infinity War 1 and Infinity War 2, but they said no, the second part of Avengers will have a different title. And they never announced what the name was until a few months ago. It was going to be, oh, actually, maybe it was a year ago that they said it's going to be called Endgame. I was like, oh, kind of like what Doctor Strange said. After watching this movie and leaving the movie theater, I was driving home alone, and I was just thinking about that ending, this ending of Infinity War. I started to like actually tear up more because I was just like, oh no, Mantis, no, Scarlet Witch, everybody was getting killed, Gamora, Peter Parker, Quill, everybody was like dying. I was like, I can't believe it. Are they really dead? Are you really gonna do this to us? I was like, they can't be dead. No, they just can't be dead, because how are they gonna do that when Spider-Man just had his first solo movie, Homecoming, and then Black Panther also had his first movie, which was like a huge success, very good movie, and let's see, and some other stuff where I was just like, are you really gonna kill him off? And then what happened to Guardians of the Galaxy 3? Weren't they gonna go up against their upcoming villain was gonna be Adam Warlock? What about them? We lost almost the whole Avengers team. The only person left is Rocket, if you think about it. By the way, hold on. I love this little tune. Just kidding. Oh, that soundtrack. I told you I love that soundtrack. And I'm sure we were all waiting like, can we please see, you know, one of those end credit scenes, please? Can we see like there's gonna be hope? You know, and then it just doesn't happen until the very end of the credits. But I'm sure we're like, don't do this to us, because I really thought they were not gonna have any end credit scenes. I really thought they weren't. I was just like, oh my god, no, come on. They usually have like 2 end credit scenes. You gotta show us something, man. But no, everybody, I'm sure a lot of us waited at the very end of the credits. You gotta show us something, man. You gotta show us a preview of like what's gonna happen next in the Avengers movie. Anyways, back to what we were talking about. I was just like, they just all can't be dead. But that's why I started having hopes. I'm like, they can't just do that, because they did talk about they will be making a Black Panther 2. They will be making a Spider-Man Part 2, and then Guardians of the Galaxy 3, and then Doctor Strange 2. They can't. Also, I forgot, Doctor Strange also had had his first solo film, which also was a huge success, and I wanted to see more of Doctor Strange. And I was like, you can't just kill off Doctor Strange, where you just made him so much more likable in this Infinity War movie after watching him do all those stunts and seeing how powerful he is. You can't just kill him off like that and then that's it. We're not going to have another Doctor Strange movie. I'm like, they have to come back somehow. So I had hopes. And then that's when we're gonna talk about Doctor Strange's vision. That one vision out of like how to 43 million or 14 million or whatever visions. He only saw one where they win. That's why I was all like telling my friends like, guys, calm down, come on, they're not dead. Just remember what Doctor Strange said. There was one vision that he saw where they all win. They all come back at this and they win. So that's why I feel like he saved Tony Stark. Because in that prophecy, in that vision, he saw that Tony Stark was alive. He needs Stark alive. Stark will be probably one of the people that will help win this fight in the next film, which I'm pretty sure hopefully he will. That's the one hope that they have. And then that part where everybody was disappearing after Peter Quill disappears and then Doctor Strange was about to disappear, he tells Stark, like, Stark, there was no other way, because in that vision that he saw where they all win, this is how it happens. We're gonna die. I'm gonna die, but you and the other people that I saw in my vision are gonna carry on, and you're gonna, get back at Thanos. You're gonna avenge us. You're gonna have another rematch against him, and you're gonna win. I just hope you take the right steps to getting to that victory, because from there, I wonder if he did. Now we can talk about that, because I wonder, did Doctor Strange tell them what he saw and what it is and how they won that fight against Thanos? Because after he tells them, like, I only saw one vision, and they just cut off, and it goes to Gamora and Thanos go to Volmir, and they're on their way to go get the Soul Stone. It just cuts off to that part. We didn't see if, like, Doctor Strange explains to them, like, okay, this is how we're going to win, and this is how it's going to happen. And we have to make sure it happens like this, because this is what's going to lead us to victory in the next film. So, I don't know if he really did tell him. I don't know. I guess we'll wait and see in Endgame. Will Stark know something about how they're going to win, then the others don't? Is he going to tell them? If he does know about how they win, does he tell the others? If he ever gets back to his home world, does he tell the others, like, this is how we're going to win? This is what Doctor Strange told me. Or would he keep it to himself to make sure, like, let the events happen naturally? We just have to wait until Endgame comes out, which is very soon, guys. It's almost here. Oh my god. Are there some people that are going to die? And how are they going to get their friends back? If they do get their friends back, because, Spider-Man 2, the trailer, Spider-Man Far From Home, that trailer came out and Peter's alive. So I'm like, they have to come back. And then Guardians of the Galaxy 3 is coming up. So they have to bring back all the members of Guardians of the Galaxy. And it was confirmed that Gamora is still alive. And the directors, they asked, I don't know who asked them that question, if Gamora was still alive. And they said yes. It was confirmed that she's still alive and she's trapped inside the Soul Stone. I don't know how, if her body was just left there at Volmir. I mean, is her soul, I don't know, like, I'm just thinking, is her soul stuck in the Soul Stone? And if so, isn't her body gonna rot in Volmir? Let's just say, like, if they do rescue her soul and she's go back to her body, isn't it gonna be all rotting and everything? I don't know how that's gonna work, but I can't wait for them to save her, because, like I said, I really loved her. I want to see more of Gamora and Peter Quill, all the characters come back. They were all such lovable characters. That's what made it so sad, seeing everybody die, because I'm sure we all fell in love with all these characters. We went through this adventure, 10 years of these movies, going through these adventures with them and growing up with them and loving them, and seeing them die just, like, broke our hearts, and a lot of us were shocked. So yeah, I'm sure they have to come back. I don't know how they're going to do it, how they're going to save it. I don't want to know. I told all my friends, because they all have, like, oh, this is how they're going to save him. This is how I think. I'm like, I don't know. I don't care. Don't tell me. I know you guys have read the comic books. I haven't yet. I'm not going to read them until after I watch Endgame. After that, I'm going to go into read the comics. So yeah, I don't know. I don't know what to expect, but I really hope to see the few people that we have left as the Avengers to kick ass. I really hope they kick Thanos' ass. I also hope it's going to be another struggle to beat Thanos, because this one was just so epic, watching them try, giving everything they've got to beat and stop Thanos. I hope in Endgame it's going to be another epic battle, another epic struggle, just to see them, like, oh, I'm so excited. I don't know what to expect, but it's almost here, guys. I just can't wait. Overall, my favorite Marvel movie is this one, Infinity War, because this is where all of our favorite characters come together and they collide, they join forces, and they fight against Thanos. This is also the one movie where we get to meet Thanos, we get to know who he is, and realize like he's like the best villain out of all the Marvel villains we've met in the past. He's by far the best, and like I said, I had fear and doubts about this film. I was just like, how are they gonna do it with so many characters and so many very talented actors and actresses? How are they all gonna have, their moment to shine in this big epic movie? How are they gonna do with the budgets? How are they gonna do with the makeup? Because I was like, look at the makeup that they do for Drax, Gamora, Nebula, the costumes, everything. Like how are they gonna do it? It's gonna be a lot of work, and it did take a lot of work for them to do it. Because when you watch the behind the scenes, you're like, wow, like amazing job. They did excellent. And overall, at the end, they did a wonderful job. We all loved it. It made millions, billions of money in the box office because it was a movie worth waiting for. This was like the movie we all loved. We appreciated, and it had a good story, had a lot of good action, everything. It was just everything that we wanted. We've been waiting for. And I love how there are a lot of fans out there that have their theories and think that this is how they think it's gonna happen. But I love in this movie how they threw us off like in so many levels where they're just like, I didn't expect that to happen, or I didn't think, I love that. I love those surprises. I remember they talked about it, the Russell brothers. They said that we have a lot of adoring fans, hardcore fans. They already have like, theories, or they already speculate how this movie's going to be and everything. So we had to do our best to like make sure what they think is going to happen doesn't happen. So we threw them off by making this happen instead. So just like, I love that idea, because we do that, especially like for Star Wars fans. We always start speculating and coming up with theories like, oh, this is how it's going to happen and everything. I do that too, don't get me wrong, but at the same time, I don't rely too much on it. I just think like, this is how I think it's going to happen. But you know what? I don't know for sure if that's going to happen. I don't have hopes for it because I don't want to get disappointed. Because once I think something's going to happen, and then I start hoping that it happens, and when it doesn't happen, I get disappointed. I'd rather just like not expect anything and just enjoy what they give me. That's how I enjoy a lot of movies most of the time. So now we're about to watch finally an end credit scene. Nick and then that other character. I was gonna say Nick Jonas. I'm sorry. No. Samuel L. Jackson and the other actress who were in the not Agents of Shield, but they were with the Shield organization. They're driving, and all of a sudden, this driver in front of them crashes, and they realize like no one was in the car, and then the helicopter crashes into a building, and then everything was just going out of control. And they have no idea what's going on. And then when Nick sees his partner disappear into dust, he's like, the hell? And then he goes into his bag and reaches his weird pager. And I love that, of course, as Samuel Jackson, like, I'm sure he talked to the Russell brothers, like, hey, if I disappear, can I say my most popular line, like I always say in other films, mother, I'm like, of course he has to say it. He's Samuel L. Jackson. And I'm like, what's he doing? What is he paging? And then I was like, what the heck was that? Is that what people were talking about? Because I remember before watching Infinity War, they were talking about how Captain Marvel is gonna come in to the franchise. So I was like, okay, I haven't heard that much. I don't know that much about Captain Marvel, but all I know is that, the story between her and Rogue. So I'm not gonna spoil anything for you people who don't know anything about that. But I only know about that story because I used to watch the old X-Men cartoons. And anyways, I was like, okay, cool. So I guess Captain Marvel is gonna come in. Cool. Okay. I look forward to that. But that was before I found out more about Brie Larson, so we'll get to that in another video. And then, as it said there, Thanos will return, of course. I was like, yeah, I want to see more of Thanos. And you know what? I will say I was glad that they didn't kill Thanos yet, because I was like, we barely get this one movie, this one chance to see how Thanos is. And loving, as much as I hate him, but I also love him at the same time because he was such a good villain. And I think people who do a good job of making villains so hateful, I think now, like, bravo. I think you do a good job. That's what makes him also lovable at the same time, if you get what I mean. I wanted to see more of Thanos. I was like, I really do hope they don't kill him, because I really want to see more of Thanos. I hope we get to learn more about him, see more about his character. Who knows? Maybe we'll find out something about Thanos in the Endgame movie where we might have a little sympathy for him. Because in this one, they try to make it make you feel a little sympathy for him. You know, having, fatherly feelings for his daughter Gamora, like, I love you, daughter, or whatever. And then Gamora doesn't love him. Just like whatever. And then how his home got extinct. I didn't feel that much sympathy yet for him. I did feel sorry for him, but I was like, no, you don't have my fullest sympathy. But maybe you'll be surprised. Maybe in Endgame we'll learn more about him. We might have a little bit more sympathy for him. But we'll have to wait and see. All I know right now, he's still an asshole to me, and I want the Avengers to kick his ass. I really do. Will they even kill him off? A lot of people say they're going to kill him. They're like, will they really? The Russell brothers tend to, like, throw us off sometimes. Who knows? Maybe they might take him into justice, into custody or something. I don't know. I am going to be so oblivious to what's going to happen in the next game, so. Alright guys, this is where we're going to end the video, but it's not going to end here exactly. In the next video, we're going to be talking about Avengers Endgame, and what are my expectations and my theories of the film. I know I said I don't like to have expectations, but this is just for fun. It's just my thoughts of, like, what I think might happen. And let's see if you have the same ideas, theories, and expectations that I have. So yeah, we'll be talking about that. I really do hope you guys enjoyed the first 5 videos talking about Infinity War, going down memory lane, talking about the highlights, favorite parts, our favorite characters, and all the good stuff about the movie, just so we could get ready for Endgame. It's coming out very soon. It's actually coming out this Thursday for me, so I got my tickets ready. April 26th, guys. Remember, hope you reserved your tickets, and we'll see you all in the next video. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.